Hi students, how are you? I hope you can hear me and see me okay. I want to go over a few organizational points. I finished grading discussion board this week, so you'll see that in the grade center. I'd like to know what your book selection is for paper 2. Some of you have already selected or asked me about other books, and that's fine, but I want to know what everybody is, and I may group some of you choosing the same book. I opened week 4. I think you're going to enjoy that. The water cooler worked out well when the discussion post 1 in week 2 wasn't cooperating for a technical glitch issue. But please use that water cooler only now for broader questions, not the weekly post. And you should be thinking about your final paper. I know, we only have 6 more weeks, but that paper is worth 40 points. I mean, the first paper is only 2 pages, second is 3. You can be a little longer by a page or so, but the last one is 15. And the whole purpose of the course is to have you sort of swim in the materials that could contribute to your dissertation. So I'm looking forward to that paper, but you should be working on that. Okay? What I like to do now, students, is I read all the posts, and I like to offer what I call shout-outs in the 2 topics. I'm going to do a little bit on isomorphism, which I thought there's a great quote in the DiMaggio and Powell article on page 157. Its purpose is to offer a perspective on political struggle for organizational power. And each of you understood that and offered some really good examples in your post. Elizabeth, who works for the Massachusetts Board of Higher Education, talks about the coercive power that centralized system boards have on individual college. Yes, that's the way it works. There is some back and forth, but certainly that's a coercive example. Paul talked about the scholarship of organizational development and how institutional theory describes organizational efforts to gain legitimacy. Again, an excellent point. And Marcia made a very nice, self-reflective, honest comment. To be honest, when I read the DiMaggio and Powell article, I was in awe of how remarkably well it described our organizational structure and administrative behavior, especially in decision-making. Excellent self-reflection. Leah turned the mirror a little bit on Northeastern. We talked about its effort over the past 10 years to rebrand itself and move up in the college rankings. That's certainly an example of isomorphism. And finally, in isomorphism, Vivian made a really interesting comment on doctoral studies. In particular, she talked about the need to use APA formatting, which is a classical example of coercive and normative institutional isomorphism in modern American higher education. Vivian, excellent usage. Unfortunately, there has to be rules and protocol, and if there weren't any, we'd be discussing how to do them, but I really appreciated that comment. That was very good. Moving on to globalization, Anna talked about how it's utilized in marketing or business terms. It's often referred to as internationalization of the business setting, which we call globalization in higher education, and they call it internationalizing the curriculum. Matt, who works at St. Joseph College, made an interesting point on the Academic Center for Enhancement Services and how that is used in the context of the curriculum that the students have and the types of students who use those services. Again, very good. And then Christiana made a really nice summary comment. Globalizing is a combination of understanding the changes in industry, assessing your current standards as it relates to supporting international students, and how by supporting this change, you can provide positive results not only for the institution, but for the students interested in receiving an education in the U.S., and I would add, in the world. Okay? Those are my shout-outs, students. My video here is about just a little bit over 4 minutes. I thought it was a great week 1, week 2, except for the technical glitch, but which we all got through that. I grade the discussion board again week 4, so it's only on the even numbers, 2, 4, 6, and 8. But obviously, the grade includes looking at week 3 as well as week 4 posts. Okay? Here we go. You're into week 3 starting tomorrow, and I'll be reading and grading your papers this week. And if you have any questions, please be sure to contact me. Delighted to have you here. Goodbye.